Welcome everybody, my name is Michael and today we're discussing about a personal entry into my journal, YouTube journal, Merca. We are discussing about renting apartments and credit scores and how difficult it is, and it shouldn't be like this. I came back from Poland. I lived there for 4 years, and for those 4 years, I rented 4 different apartments, and one of them was a luxury apartment, and everything was fine. I was able to rent these apartments, and there is no credit score, and I didn't even have an income. I didn't even have to show proof that I was making money. I mean, I did have an income from YouTube, but it's not like I had a Polish job. I never paid Polish taxes. I didn't have any proof, no bank statements. I didn't show anything. And I was younger. I was an 18, 19, 20-year-old kid that decided, hey, I just want to rent this apartment, where one of those luxury apartments was the price. Now, to an American, this wasn't a lot. It was $1,000. This is cheaper than the apartment that I wanted to get right now, and everything's overpriced in this area. And the problem is there are no apartments in this area because it's all houses, it's all suburbia, and most of it is a pretty wealthy suburbia around here. And I found an apartment very close to work, but unfortunately my credit score is not the best. I came back to this country and I'm rebuilding, and it's jumped over 100 points since I've come back, but it's not in a place where it's acceptable. And some people don't even care. They want you to be even above in the 700s, where when my credit was good, I had an Amex Platinum, I had amazing stuff. Some people even want a 750. I never even got to a 750. So shame on them. Anyways, I rent an apartment that was $1,000 in Poland, and that's what the average Polish person makes, or even less actually back then. So somebody handed me the keys to an apartment that it's like if they gave me a $5,000 per month apartment in the Chicago downtown area, or even $6,000 or $7,000 per month. That's essentially what happened without any proof, whatever. Who cares? Credit score. And they trusted me, and I paid, and everything was fine. And then I went down a little bit, and I still had a rather expensive apartment for Polish standards, and everything was fine. And I had so much variety to choose from. I was able, actually, I mean, technically, I rented 5 apartments with my girlfriend. I'm a fiance now. I forgot about that. That's right. So we rented one together. There is a lot of rental history within these past 4 years. Unfortunately, I'm not able to use that. And it's just funny how this credit score dictates everything over here. So let's go through what just happened, why I'm so upset. I got approved for an apartment. I wasted $49 on an application where I asked before, hey, is this landlord okay? The landlord wasn't in the country at the time. She's vacationing in Mexico or whatever. Is this landlord okay with bad credit? Because I don't want to waste money on an application. I don't want to waste anybody's time. This is big. I know a lot of people won't really care to look at someone with bad credit. I'm rebuilding my credit. I can provide pay stubs. I can provide a verification letter. I'm able to provide references from work, references from whatever. Who cares? I will do whatever just to get an apartment, and I will be paying on time. I have been paying on time all my bills since I've returned in the country. Every single one. I got a car loan approved. Fantastic. I'm going to refinance that. Everything's fine. My credit score will be at a good level next year, but I need to rent something for January 1st. And this apartment landlord, she's like, yeah, that's okay. So I made posts on Facebook, I made posts online, and this real estate agent reached out, and she's like, okay, I'm able to connect you with listing agents and landlords and whatever, and we're able to work with people who have lower credit. And I asked, okay, is there a fee? In Poland, there would be a fee for getting connected. I had to pay a fee for the luxury apartment because I went through a realtor. In this case, the realtor is paid by the listing agent or by the landlord. So I said, okay. I got a list of applications. I got a list of nice places, nice apartments. Some of these places I was looking at without her help regardless, and it was pretty cool because I actually was able to visit this apartment. It wasn't a scam. It looked pretty nice. So anyways, this realtor reaches out and sends me a bunch of listings. Everything's super cool, fantastic. and there's 6 or 7, actually 8 apartments, but every single one was right next to railroads. There's a ton of railroads and highways and everything, and this is luxurious neighborhoods. The further you get into the city, the worse it gets. I am just searching for a peaceful and quiet apartment. Well, I chose the one that was closest to work and also, ironically, the furthest away from the railroad tracks. Still pretty close, but maybe I wouldn't hear it as much. All right, so I take a look inside, and it's 1 bedroom, and you got this living room, and a 1 bedroom in America is so huge compared to a 2-bedroom apartment in Poland. My 2-bedroom apartment was so much tinier than this, and that was the luxury apartment, and that's because space is so limited over in Europe, and most people aren't going to be renting a 3-bedroom apartment by themselves. That's a family apartment. So this $1,300 apartment with utilities and everything included, I asked again, is this for low credit? Sure, everything's fine. And it was a really weird one too, because it had 2 bathrooms and 2 front doors. I've never seen that before. Anyways, it wasn't luxurious. It was old kitchen, old everything, but it looked all right. And it was an amazing location right next to work, a couple minutes away. And I thought, wow, okay, might as well try it out, right? So I tell the realtor, hey, I'm very interested. She reaches out to the listing agent and the landlord. The landlord's not in the country at the moment, and they send me an application. I pay $49 for the application, do the background check, whatever. And then I get an approval. Hey, you were approved later that night. So I thought, pretty cool, okay. I'm going to have to fill out some forms. I received even the forms for the apartment to review and to sign. And I asked, okay, so this isn't the contract. When will I sign the contract? And can I pay for cash? The first month's rent and the first deposit. So a together fee of $2,600. And then there was also a $200 move-in fee with the HOA, the housing administration. I hate HOAs, but okay, maybe it's a good thing I didn't get this apartment. Whatever. Who cares? I'm going to continue my search. And it was so rude that today I get a message, hey, you know what? Actually, you weren't chosen because an older couple submitted an application today. Almost 30 hours after I submitted an application, I viewed the apartment. I was approved. Everything was I got the stuff to review for the pool fob key I wouldn't even use the pool, whatever, but it's outdoors. I don't care. Whatever. How is that fair? It's as if I work in car sales. It's as if I had a vehicle, and I know some dealerships do this. We don't. I'm a pretty honest car salesman. It's as if I had a beautiful vehicle, an S-Class, a Toyota Camry, whatever it is your favorite car, who cares? And you really want this vehicle, and I tell you, that's fine. Come on down. You're on your way, and I reserve it. I reserve it specifically for you. You step your foot in the dealership, you look at that vehicle, you drive it, you test it out, you're like, fantastic, okay, let me get the paperwork for you, let's get you signed today, let's get you in and out of this vehicle. You go to the bathroom, and then I come out, oh, sorry, sold to someone else, whoops. That's how it feels. And this is almost that same situation. I was inside the apartment. I got an approval. If she cared about the low credit, she said, oh, no, that's not a problem. If she cared about that, she would have not approved me, because a couple of feet away, there was another apartment on that same street that was $1,400, and I was not, the person completely ignored the realtor. I've been ignored so many times as soon as I mention lower credit, they don't even care that my income is much greater than the monthly rent, whether it's $1,000, $1,200, $1,300, $1,400. There's areas where right next to these apartments, they're like $2,000, $3,000 a month. That's the minimum you're paying. And it's absolutely nuts because it's not even that luxury. Ooh, yes, whatever. So I would appreciate it if people would just say, you know what, even if you ignore me, that's rude, but at least I get the message. But if you tell me I'm approved for an apartment, and I start planning okay, cool, I've been approved. Let's get this paperwork printed out. Let's get this paperwork signed over. I've been, I was an hour away from sending over everything, signing it. I was reviewing 47 pages of rules. For pets, I don't have pets. For pool, I'm not going to use the pool. For parking, okay, There's not specified parking, but okay, you have to submit this, you have to submit that. I submitted 2 months of pay stubs. I submitted my bank statements. I submitted for 2 banks. I submitted so much documentation. I said so much scans. I asked so many times, and the one thing that kind of makes me think, maybe she was thinking about this, maybe she wanted somebody else, is I asked, hey, can I pay cash? Can I, when will we be signing the contract? I filled out the $49 application, and for some reason, she didn't receive the application. She approved me, but didn't receive the application. So I called the background check company, like, yeah, I was sent her an email, yeah, I mean, everything should be fine. I think the landlord got cold feet, because I think they already had somebody the same day. I think they lied. I think it was the same day somebody else came in. Higher credit score, higher income. I don't know why I was approved, if she just wanted to hand this off to somebody else, or maybe literally like right after she decided, oh, let's approve this guy, they came in, or family friends or whatever. This is so rude that they took it straight from underneath me. And that's fine. You know what? I don't want to deal with a landlord like that. Maybe it would have been a complete disaster to go there. So it's fine. There's more apartments. I will find an apartment. I will find a landlord that's probably going to be fair, hopefully. And it's just a shame that America is so difficult. I'm telling you, this past year has been terrible. It's been one of the worst years of my life. Moving back to America, this is rough. I'm an American. I'm not even an immigrant trying to start it, but this has been so bad. It's been an uphill battle with everything. Whether you have a bad credit score or you don't have a credit score or whatever, it shouldn't matter, because first of all, okay, I had no idea what I was going to do. I just wanted to come back. I know that this is the land of opportunity, and it is. But you need some money to make money. So the first job I got, well, I wasn't making that much money. Now I'm making better money. But I wanted a car. Couldn't get a car. Wasn't approved for a car because of bad credit. Well, I wanted to rebuild my credit. Well, I wasn't approved for this card. I had to go secured. Not every secured card would even approve me. It's been such an uphill battle. So I got this $2,000 Toyota, and then I was able to trade that in for the Volvo. I now have a car loan. I now have a vehicle that I love that I'm able to use also on the weekends to make some money with, Uber, DoorDash, whatever, if I need some extra cash. So I know that I will always be set. I just have to work very hard. And I'm working very hard on rebuilding my credit score. I got a loan. I'm going to get my Discover card unsecured very, very soon. I'm coming in and I'm working 50 to 60 hours on various things, both my main income source, my job, but I'm also working, an additional 10 hours a week over DoorDash, YouTube, extra stuff that is able to make me a couple $100 per month, or even a couple $100 per week sometimes. And I know that things will get better next year. But this year, there have been so many problems, like even an ear infection costing me $1,000, or, I got a nail in my tires. Okay, you got to replace the tires. Okay, well, that's whatever. Life happens. I think my tooth's moving a little bit. That's okay. We'll wait for healthcare. I don't know. That's a problem that we're going to get to. But America sucks if you're poor. If I was making a lot less money like I was at the very beginning, I would be screwed. I'd be 100% screwed right now. I'm screwed right now making a decent living. Now, I'm not rich. I'm living bill to bill because I'm finally making good money, but I had old bills that I'm paying off. And now right now I got an amazing paycheck. I'm going to make sure all my bills are paid. Everything is going to be paid. I'm going to be saving up money for this deposit. By next paycheck, I should be good. Everything's going to be fine. It's like, holy moly. Hopefully there's not going to be any other problems, but I know that it's going to take a while to get back up on my feet and have an apartment, have my car, have a good paying job, have this, get YouTube to grow. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to take a lot of time. And man, oh man, I don't know. I know that this is turning into a rant now, but I feel bad for all the people that probably have it a million times worse than me. And I'm complaining because I know that they have it worse. And I know that there's so many problems that need to be fixed. And even though I am a big proponent of building your credit and using debt and personal finance, I think that the credit score shouldn't be looked with such a crazy pinpoint precise eye as it is right now for certain things like apartments and rent. Sure, I could sublease or get a roommate, but it's going to be far away. And the thing is, with my tinnitus and sensitive ears, like that's the trickiest bit. If I didn't have sensitive ears, I wouldn't care. But even living with my parents right now, the next door neighbor decides to leaf blow every day that I have off for 3-4 hours. Today, I actually left the house because another neighbor, this is a good neighborhood, mind you, another neighbor decided to throw a party and got a food truck with multiple generators running. And he had a motorcycle that he's just like, vroom, 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 vroom. Superb. Great. Yes, that's exactly what I need because my ears love that stuff. Or a BMW that's this fart can exhaust that just ripped past my ears, and now my tinnitus is spiking. So I just can't wait to get an apartment in a peaceful and quiet place, which I know nothing's going to be 100% peaceful right now. So I'm going to have to just live in a crappier apartment. And then the funny thing is, by next year when my credit is actually in a good spot, I don't want to rent. I just want to get a cheap townhome and then move up and rent that out and get myself a home in a quiet neighborhood. But it's going to take a while. So I will get to a better place, but it is just, it's such a rough patch. There's very little joy right now. It's seriously, I love There Will Be Blood, the movie. It's amazing. It's such an uphill battle for like the first hour and a half of the movie, and that's how I feel like my life is right now. But I know that the reward at the end will be juicy. It'll be sweet. Oil, yes. So thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, guys. I wish you all the best. Have a happy holidays. No matter what, you can't give up. You gotta hustle. I know people are, the people probably looking at these YouTube videos are laughing and whatever, but you'll see. Just wait and see. 2 years, we're going to be successful from now. You can't give up. I'm not giving up. No matter what life throws at me, we're going to continue. Have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the upcoming weekend. See ya.